Welcome, welcome everybody. I have some Happy Mail to finish. I signed up for a swap and I have an idea and I need to finish it. And I thought, you know what? I ought to pop on and show you in case you wanted to do this. Before we begin though, our scripture card for the day. Today's is Psalm 91 verse 1. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I love that. Very, very comforting. So that's our verse today. And I'm going to set it off to the side just so that I can be looking at it. Here's what I've got. I made an envelope. And I want to show you really quick. All I did was I took some cereal box liner. You could use anything that's non-stick. I laid it out on my kitchen table. I grabbed some Elmer school glue, which is just PVA glue, and then I watered it down, grabbed a paintbrush, and then I got, where is my, well, I thought I had one here to show you, but I don't. I grabbed a napkin. And I peeled the layers off. What I did was I just grabbed a piece of tape, stuck it on the back, pulled the layer off, put the piece of tape on again, pulled the next layer off, and what I was left with was the pretty side of the napkin. And then I cut a piece of this fabric I got. It's from a resale shop. I think it's cotton. I don't know. It's kind of thin. It's a little see-through, but I cut a piece off that would fit under the napkin exactly. I laid the fabric down. I painted it with some glue. I laid the napkin down and I painted that with glue, and then it had to sit overnight to completely dry. So then, let me move this stuff because we don't need it. That way you know what we did. And what I got was something like this. The back is fabric. And because my fabric was really thin, you can kind of see through it. If you use a thicker fabric, you won't be able to see through it. The theme of this swap is roses. And I did another one, gigantic. And instead of using napkin, I used a big piece of tissue paper. I crumpled up the tissue paper. Then I laid it out and I pressed it down onto the glued fabric. And then I glued over top. And then I just ripped some pieces of another napkin off, laid it down, glued some more. So that's how I got the sunflowers and stuff, oranges. Anyway, so this one's a pretty big piece, but it's so cool. Now the back looks wonky because my fabric was so thin. I'm not worried about that. So anyway, what I did was I then took, we're working on this one, but what I did was I kind of folded it up and then folded the top down because I'm thinking envelope, and I trimmed the sides to make sure they were even. And then I took it over to the sewing machine. And what I did was I sewed this here. Then I folded it, and what I did was I started at a corner and I just went all the way around. So it is sewn, and it's been worked with enough now that it feels so cool, and it is totally, you know, movable and not really soft, but it's not hard. Where this one, it's very hard because I have not wiggled it around a lot yet. But I need a closure because, as you can see, it's not staying, and it's going to get worse when I put things in it to mail to the recipient. So I wanted to make a closure, and I don't want to use, I want to use brads. I don't want to use the, I don't want to use eyelets this time. Brads. I've got quite a few different brads. I want to kind of stay with these colors here. Okay, I'm going to get out my circle punches. If you don't have a circle punch, just take the bottom of a glue bottle and stick it down and draw a circle on some paper, or you could use the bottom of your stick glue, anything that's a circle, and then just cut around it. But I happen to have a 1-inch punch, and that's what I'm going to use. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to use up some of these greeting cards that I got. I have a ton of them, and it's pink. So I'm kind of wondering, maybe I could just go like that. And I am going to do it too thick. What I mean is, you know, 2 of them, and I'm going to glue them together. And plop that on. So now we have kind of a thicker layer. Now we need a hole in the middle. So you could use a crocodile, just a normal hole punch, anything you've got. And I'm just going to eyeball it for the middle. There we go. Now I'm going to need a second one. Maybe you already know how to do this, but I very rarely make closures. So I thought maybe you might need a refresher course like I did. So I just thought I'd show you. Okay. And then we'll do the same size hole, guesstimate the middle. There we go. One will go here, and one will go here. So I need 2 brads. I think these 2. Now, I am going to need to make a hole in this. I'm going to grab a pen, just the closest one I had, and I'm going to make a mark here and a mark here and make a hole. And then the question is, can I get that down in there? I don't think so. No, it's not long enough. So I will just grab my awl, see if I can't poke that through. Yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll set this over top. Okay, so you can see that hole. I'm just putting that over the top. And then we'll put the brad through. Oh my gosh. The feet on that brad. Is that what you call them, you guys? That sticky outy part? Is that called feet? I don't know. I'm calling it feet for now until somebody tells me differently, because I have no clue. And then I'm going to come in here and just spread them apart. And then this one, do this, whoops, stay on camera, lady. Do the same thing. Oh yeah, we decided this one. Go like that. And then open them up. So now we have a little closure. Now we've got to have something to go around it. I have this mess going on. I have this box of embroidery thread. And there are some different pinks. Oh, that one would work. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap it behind that circle. And then I'm going to tie a knot. So it's wrapping itself around that brad in there. Cut off that end. And now, see how much I need for wrapping. I think we'll go twice. Hey, get around there. Okay. And then just going to cut that off with a little extra. You see how much extra I've got hanging there? Because I kind of want to hang something from that. I did have a friend, so sweet, her name's Lisa, She mailed me a little baggie of buttons, and this is all gears. And then beads. Look, I mean, look at this. That's a button, you guys. Have you ever seen a button with a clock? I thought that was cool. Oh, what's this? It's a flower. Wow. I thought I was going to use a bead. I'm going to use that flower button. So if that was around there still, I want to tie it about here. And again, I'm just going to attempt to do a knot. Okay, so there we are. A closure. What am I putting in here? Well, the theme is roses. So I have a pile of stuff. So just real plain and simple, but that's going to go down in there if it fits. It does. And then I have this envelope pocket. It's not going to fit, so I won't put it in. But I have a sample of wallpaper that has roses on it. And then I do have a few. I think these are from Tim Holtz. I only have, 4 or 5, but I'm pretty sure that's what these are from. I would love some of Tim Holtz's butterflies and flowers. That would be so amazing. But one day I'll get some. So we'll put those down in there. And then, you know, I will go ahead and put this smaller one in. And why not? We'll put this in there. And so there is a little Happy Mail package of roses. So that is a little Happy Mail I'm going to send out. The closure thing, you know, that was fairly easy. I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be tougher. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pre-make a couple in case I need more. And what I think we'll just do is a couple on camera in case you have never made them and want to see again. So what I do is I take 2 and glue them together. Now this time I'm going to have the white side out. And then I'm going to take some of my Ranger Distress Oxide. This one is ground espresso. Ooh, espresso. I'd like a coffee. That sounds great. So see, it just has a little brown on the edges and it's simple. And then we cut our hole in the middle, or approximately in the middle, for a brad to go through. And we can just choose a brad now. I see 2 that match. So what I'll do is I'm just going to put it in there, spread these back. Feet, legs, arms. What are they called, guys? Let's do another one to match. We'll just get some ink around the edges and put this brad in. Now, what you could do, you could actually do, if you have a smaller punch, you could do another circle and put it in there. Okay. Well, let's do the back. We'll punch 2 of them and ink that. You set it on top of there. Let's go ahead and use that hole as a guide. And then put your brad in. So, and you could do even more layers. But we'll just close the feet until we need it. Now, I should make this one match, huh? So it's ready down the road when I need it. I never even thought about taking the time to mass make a few of these. Then I have them when I need them. And that's probably just because I don't use them very often. So now I can set these aside to use them whenever I need another closure. Enjoy the rest of your day, you guys. And let me know if you found this useful. Should I pop on more often and just show you what I'm in the middle of? Real quick, would that be beneficial for you? Yes, no? Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.